Shadow of a Thief, a name that sent shivers down the spines of curators and collectors alike. The art world whispered his name with a mix of awe and fear. Maximilian Max Thorn, a phantom thief, a master of disguise. His presence was felt but never seen, a ghost in the world of priceless art. His daring heists were legendary, each theft a meticulously planned spectacle. He moved with the grace of a dancer, the precision of a surgeon. Every detail, every second calculated to perfection. He stole priceless artifacts, not for wealth, but for the sheer thrill of the challenge. The adrenaline rush, the intellectual puzzle, the art of the heist itself. Police across Europe sought to end his reign. They chased shadows, always a step behind, as Max slipped through their fingers time and again. Max's downfall was a Fabergé egg, a glittering prize that proved too tempting, even for him. A trap set by Inspector Jules Dufour of the Paris police. Dufour, a man as meticulous as Max, had spent years studying his quarry, predicting his moves, understanding his mind. Years spent profiling Max, predicting his moves. The trap was sprung. Capture, swift and absolute. The hunter had become the hunted. Max, the enigmatic thief, was no more. His legend, however, would live on, a shadow in the annals of art history. The walls close in. A cold, grey morning saw Max enter the gates of La Santé prison. The chill in the air seemed to seep into his very bones, a stark reminder of the cold reality he was about to face. One of France's most formidable institutions, La Santé stood as a monolith of justice and punishment, its walls echoing with the stories of countless souls who had passed through its gates. The iron gates clanged shut behind him, a sound that resonated with a finality that sent a shiver down his spine. It was a sound that marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, far more uncertain one. Gone was the freedom, the adrenaline rush of the heist, the thrill of the chase, the meticulous planning, the narrow escapes. All of it was now just a distant memory. Now only cold bars and the watchful eyes of the guards remained. The guards, ever vigilant, seemed to be a constant reminder of his new reality, their eyes following his every move. Life inside was a stark contrast to Max's previous existence. The vibrant world of priceless artifacts and daring escapes was replaced by a monotonous routine, each day blending into the next. The air hung heavy with despair, a palpable sense of hopelessness that seemed to permeate every corner of the prison. It was a place where dreams came to die. The clanging of cell doors, the murmur of conversations in hushed tones, the ever-present scent of disinfectant, all of it combined to create an atmosphere that was both oppressive and suffocating. This was his new reality, a far cry from the world of priceless artifacts and daring escapes. It was a world where every day was a struggle and every moment was a reminder of what he had lost. Fortress of Despair. La Santé was notorious. A place where hope withered and died. Built in the 19th century, its walls held countless stories of despair. Max, ever the observer, took it all in. The routines, the guards' shifts, the flaws in the system, all meticulously filed away in his mind. He befriended a few inmates, old Jacques, a former locksmith, with hands gnarled by age but still nimble. Young Pierre, convicted of petty theft but possessing a sharp mind. Each man held a piece of the puzzle that was La Santé. Seeds of freedom. The idea took root slowly, nurtured by desperation and a flicker of hope. Escape. The word itself seemed impossible within these walls, yet Max saw what others didn't. A weakness in the North Tower, a blind spot in the guard patrol, a forgotten maintenance tunnel. He shared his plan with Jacques and Pierre. A daring escape, reliant on timing, skill, and a good dose of luck. Jacques, with his knowledge of locks and mechanisms, would be instrumental. Pierre, small and agile, would navigate the tight spaces. The night of the escape. A storm raged outside, mirroring the turmoil within La Santé. Thunder rattled the bars, a symphony of chaos. The guards, huddled in their station, paid little heed to the three figures moving like shadows in the darkness. Jacques worked on the ancient lock of the maintenance tunnel, his weathered hands moving with practiced ease. Pierre kept watch, his youthful face a mask of tension. Max, his heart pounding with a familiar thrill, felt a surge of adrenaline. This was his element, the dance with danger. Into the labyrinth. The tunnel was a subterranean maw, dark and damp. The air hung heavy with the stench of mildew and decay. They navigated the labyrinthine passages, guided by Jacques' whispered directions and Max's own uncanny sense of direction. Each turn, each obstacle overcome, fueled their hope. But La Sante was not one to relinquish its prisoners easily. They encountered a barred gate, unforeseen and daunting. Pierre, his small frame squeezing through the bars, managed to unlock it from the other side. A breathtaking discovery. Emerging from the tunnel, they found themselves not in freedom, but in a forgotten section of the prison. An abandoned wing shrouded in dust and cobwebs, and in the centre a sight that made their hearts pound. A vintage car, a relic from another era hidden away and forgotten. Max, ever the pragmatist, saw their ticket to freedom. The keys, hanging on a rusty nail, were a gift from a benevolent fate. The unanswered question. The old car sputtered to life, its engine roaring defiance at the prison walls. It was a symbol of rebellion, a machine that had seen better days, but still had enough spirit to challenge the confines of La Sante. They sped through the storm, leaving La Sante behind. The rain pelted the windshield, the wipers struggling to keep up, but nothing could dampen their spirits. The night was their ally, the storm their cover. But the escape, exhilarating as it was, left a chilling question unanswered. The thrill of freedom was tainted by the nagging thought of the unknown. What lay ahead on this dark, wet road? Who left the car, and why? The vehicle, now abandoned, seemed to hold secrets of its own. It was as if it had a story to tell, a story that was intertwined with their own. Was it a stroke of luck, a bizarre coincidence? Or was there a deeper meaning behind its presence? The questions swirled in their minds, each more perplexing than the last. Or was it a carefully orchestrated move by an unseen player? Someone who had been watching, waiting for the perfect moment to act. The thought sent shivers down their spines. Max, Jacques and Pierre had escaped the clutches of La Sante, but their freedom came with a price. They were now part of a larger game, one they didn't fully understand. But they had stumbled onto a mystery far more profound. The streets were unfamiliar, the shadows seemed to whisper secrets, and every corner held potential danger. One that promised danger and intrigue at every turn. The path to freedom was fraught with peril, and they had to be vigilant. Trust was a luxury they could no longer afford. Their journey to true freedom had just begun. The horizon beckoned, promising a new dawn, but the road ahead was long and uncertain. They had to navigate this treacherous path with caution and courage.